And I don't know why you would want to believe something that isn't true, but they do. A few of them have even admitted that what they believe is not really true, but they're going to believe it anyway. And one believer recently criticized me for rejecting what he called proof of creation, or proof of God, rather. He didn't have any evidence, of course, no logical syllogisms or anything like that. He expected me to believe what he believed simply because he said so. And he got mad at me for pointing out that his claim or argument or fact and evidence or whatever he has cannot qualify as proof if he can't even show that it's true. Faulty premise is not proof, but I guess it can be if you believe that it is. I'm just not a pretender. And believers don't have a problem with lying. Everything they believe is a lie, and defenders of the faith know that they know exactly what lies they have to tell at what cues in order to conceal, confuse, and deny the truth. But the ends don't justify the means. And just because the people Jesus was talking to didn't believe in his truth doesn't justify lying to them. As street preacher Ray Comfort always says,
have you ever lied? So if you've lied, what does it make you? It makes you a liar.
Even according to Christians, Jesus is a liar. Though, of course, defenders of the faith won't acknowledge that and will desperately try to make up some other excuse.
It wasn't lies, it was just bullshit.
We have to distinguish fantasy from reality. And in the reading of this book, we have to assume that when the Bible says that God keeps the snow in storehouses until he has to ship them off somewhere in the form of a storm, and that he has another warehouse just for keeping his arsenal of lightning bolts, because the book of Job really does say both of those things, then even if there was really a God who would certainly know better than all these things and wouldn't say anything that stupid, the real God cannot be the Bible God. When the Bible says that God said something stupid or hateful or dishonest, or when it shows God contradicting himself, then we have to stick to the story where the Bible God says things that are stupid, hateful, and contradictory and dishonest. And we have to remember that that wouldn't reflect on any real God. I mean, the Bible says that there was a worldwide flood, and we know for certain that that didn't happen, nor the Tower of Babel either, and the same for a bunch of other silly fables of impossible absurdity that God says he did.